there, this is Tina Van Loven and welcome to the 5-day Faith Lift Challenge. Oh my gosh, how exciting is this? If you're joining live, then go ahead and sprinkle some love in the comments. Let me know that you're here. And if you're catching the replay, then go ahead and type in #replay and sprinkle some love in the comments that way. And I'll be back to interact later throughout the day. As it's morning over here in Australia, it may be nighttime, middle of the night where you are. Wherever you are and whenever you are tuning in, it's all happening now. So, first of all, big congratulations to saying yes to this 5-day Faith Lift Challenge, to giving yourself a faith lift. This is a courageous journey, not for the faint-hearted. It requires you to let go of everything that has not allowed you to be faith. So we're going to dive into that. And I'm very, very excited about sharing with you what's been coming through. I've been receiving these downloads of inspiration as to what we're going to be covering here today. And I'm excited. So I'm looking forward to being here with you. So for getting us started, first of all, my intention for you and for all of us here is that you receive what is optimal for you from these daily lives and from the meditations, from the energy clearings, from the energy activations that will be shared, and that you receive a shift in experiencing being faith. So making that shift from knowing about it and looking at area of your life where you feel like you need to have a little bit more faith, that you shift that experience to being faith and start noticing how much more ease and joy and grace and freedom and light that brings into your life and into your body and into your everyday experience. So in order for us to get there, I invite you to give your mind permission and instruction to forget everything it thinks it already knows about faith, about trust, about surrendering, about being faith, about whatever it thinks it knows about transformation, so that you are open to receive what else is possible and available for you beyond anything that you have experienced to date, so that you may receive an upgrade, an expansion in your capacity to receive, to allow, and to be the light that you are, the ease that you are, the joy, the faith, the light, the love, the grace, the freedom that you are, that you may receive this expansion of what else is possible for you there, and to bring that into your life. So if you're joining here and you have not experienced any of these 5-day or 7-day challenges with me before, or you've not experienced me before, let me give a very quick little lowdown. You're going to get to know me well over the coming days, or even better if you already know me. I've been facilitating 5-day and 7-day challenges since 2015, I think. It's when I first started doing them. Many, many, many years of facilitating transformation, whether that is through body work, whether that was through coaching, whether that was through energy work, many different modalities. Started when I was 18, and over the years, I've accumulated and gathered many different skills and resources and tools and modalities and all kinds of different ways of optimizing the body, the mind, the soul, really to bring all of that into alignment, into working together, collaborating together, so as to create a life, to create a business that is a true expression of your divine essence. And in order to bring that into your life, into your living, it requires addressing all the different areas, right? Not just the practical everyday stuff that we get very well accustomed to with our rational mind, it requires us to dive deeper and to tap into that hidden source of strength within, which is often hidden in our unconscious mind, all the beliefs that are stored and programmed in our subconscious mind, giving them an upgrade so that you can let go of all the limitations that you've ever bought into and to experience the freedom of the infinite being that you are and that you came here to express in this world. So this 5-day Faith Lift Challenge came to me a little while ago. I had inspiration to bring this out to share with you. And as these inspiration downloads go, I've been receiving a little overview of what we're going to be experiencing, yet the downloads happen in the moment. So even though we will surely cover the things that I've shared with you so far, there may be a whole lot more because we are collectively co-creating this experience here today and over the next few days. So you will receive exactly what is optimal for you. So whether you are currently experiencing overwhelm, confusion, lack of clarity, feeling like, oh my God, there's just so much to get done, so much to get caught up on. Maybe you have really relaxed into the spaciousness of listening to what your body requires in the moment and you're really enjoying this time. I invite you to tune into what is an area in your life where you have been feeling you could use a little bit more faith, whether that be faith in yourself, faith in your life, faith in your future, faith in the world, faith in whatever it is, faith in your dreams. That's what we're going to be giving a faith lift over our time together. So what is your main intention for these 5 days? What is it that you would love to get out of our time together here? And I'd love you to just share that in the comments, and so that we can start seeing what everyone is brewing up here together. And let me just refresh here so we can see what's happening in Facebook land while we're sharing. So there we go. So what we're going to be, what I'm going to be sharing with you are, as I said, a bunch of different tools and energy clearings, and I'll be using language that you may or may not be familiar with. Some of that will be that when we are addressing certain things, as I'm talking about these certain the topics that are arising, anything that may be rising up to the surface, you don't have to consciously know what it is, but we're pulling up the energy. And hi, Lena, great to see you here. That as we are pulling up the energy or calling forth the energy of whatever is being brought to light, you may hear me say, are you willing to destroy and uncreate all of that? Just simply saying yes without even realizing what that all means gives you're giving yourself permission and instruction to let go of all the ways that you have ever boxed yourself in, felt limited by whatever these energy patterns were, and letting all of that be released so that more of you can emerge. You may hear me say, release, dissolve, and recalibrate. Anytime that anything comes up and you say release, you're giving instruction to your body and your energy field to release everything that is connected to whatever's just been brought up. When you are stating dissolve, all that energy is being dissolved, and it literally called this like turning the crap that may have been operating in your life into fertilizer. You're allowing it to dissolve. And then when you say recalibrate, you're allowing all that energy that's been invested in holding those limitations in place to be recalibrated with the love light that you are, to infuse into the life that you are creating for yourself. So those are some of the words you may hear me use. A lot of the stuff we are going to be diving into goes way beyond your conscious mind. Because here's the thing, if you could have consciously figured out whatever issues you're dealing with in your life, you would have worked it out a long time ago. But a lot of this stuff is under the surface. So I invite you to be kind and gentle and compassionate with yourself, especially when you've done a lot of energy work and clearing already. I may be bringing things up that part of you goes, ugh, I've already done this. Why would this be any different? Nothing has worked for me before. Why would it work now? What may change? What may, why would now be different? If any of that stuff comes up for you, are you willing to destroy and uncreate all of that now, please? You may hear me say "pock and pod." That is another clearing statement. We'll dive into more of that stuff later. It's literally like giving instructions, sending the Control-Alt-Delete button through your programs that have been limiting you. So you're willing to just release, dissolve, and recalibrate. And Lena, love that. Saying faith in my new business direction. It's bigger and bolder than ever before. Keep getting guidance to aim higher. So I'm here to gain the faith to take the leap. Beautiful. Love that. Yeah. So all the ways that you may have been experiencing living in Groundhog Day, where you keep experiencing the same things over and over again, maybe different people, maybe different circumstances, but the essence is the same. That's what keeps us in our box of familiarity. And so the times that we are in right now, interesting how many crisis situations have happened on the planet before, yet nothing like what we are going through right now, where everybody is affected and impacted in one way or another. So when sudden, unexpected changes take place, it has a way of disrupting your everyday life, disrupting your routine. You may have, if you've been used to working in an office or working in a location somewhere outside your home, that may have suddenly dropped away. You may have experienced disruption in, if you have kids, that the kids are suddenly staying home when they were to go to school and having to deal with a whole lot more stuff, especially if you had to homeschool as well. You may be finding that if you're used to going out and about, being in different environments, being with different people, and suddenly that is, you're in lockdown and you're confined to the space of your home environment, and you're confined to be in a living space with people that you normally have space away from, this can bring up a whole lot of stuff, right? So however it is showing up for you in your life, sudden disruption disrupts your routine. And when your everyday routine is disrupted, it will rattle everything that has provided you with a sense of safety and security, whether that be the job. If it's loss of income, then the money, the decrease or the loss of money, all of a sudden really stir up your sense of feeling insecure, feeling unsafe. If, whatever area it's happening in, suddenly not being able to see people that you were used to interacting with on a regular basis can really bring up that sense of loss of having the physical connection with others. So that's the beauty of going through times like this. A crisis situation gives you an opportunity and an invitation to discover what are the opportunities here. Yet in order to get there, you may find that you are currently feeling very scattered. You may be feeling really overwhelmed. Perhaps you're feeling rattled, or you may have been experiencing feeling impatient, like wondering, okay, it's been a month now. How much longer is this going to last? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Remember that as a child? Or, anytime that you've been traveling, if you've traveled and are eager to get to your destination, if a plane then goes into a holding pattern, it can stir up this impatience of like, okay, all right, we're done. Let's get on the ground. I'm ready to get going. That impatience is an interesting way of wanting to control. So you may have been experiencing feeling uncertain, unsafe, maybe scared. I'm just having a look through all the things that I made a little note of before. You may be experiencing grief and sadness. Regret may be coming up. Why? As this sudden interruption cut off life as you knew it, life as we have known it on this planet, it will bring up to light all the ways that you may have been holding on to any regrets of the past, any bitterness about the past, wanting back what you had. And anytime you are wanting back, you are going back and limiting yourself from moving forward. So all the ways that you may have been wanting to have things to return to normal, thereby implying you want things to go back to the way they were, all of that is keeping you boxed in the known. The past is what we've known, and it's familiar. It's that comfort zone. And the future is uncertain and is unknown. And your invitation here is to embrace the mystery of the unknown, of the void, of the uncertain. And in order to step into that space with more ease, would you be willing for all the ways that you may have been experiencing loss of any kind, loss of perceived freedom, loss of income, loss of family connections, being able to see the people you care about, loss in any way, shape, or form, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all of that now, please? Pock and pod all of that. Release, dissolve, and recalibrate. Before we go into creating in the space, creating the spaciousness to tap into the dreams and the bigger vision that may have emerged for you, or not yet it's within you. It's really, really, really important to acknowledge what you're experiencing in the moment, the emotions that may have been coming up to the surface that may have been suppressed for a long time. And any time that you experience feeling impatient, or maybe you're feeling frustrated, those are all the different ways that the control freak in us can play out. So the inner shitty committee, as I like to call them, are the inner doubt gremlins. They're the inner judges, the inner the inner critic, the guilt trippers, all those aspects of us that have been very judgmental in an attempt to keep us safe and to survive. But all of that stuff is coming up to the surface, being rattled loose, shaken loose, so that you may experience whatever you have perceived as loss. It's like going through a death process. So if you're experiencing grief, or you're feeling, like, oh my gosh, I really miss whatever the part of your life is that's fallen away, and any way that you are holding on to that, attachment to grief, any sudden disruptions can create trauma and create shock. So any of the ways that you have any shock imprints, trauma imprints held anywhere in your physical body, emotional body, mental body, your entire energy field, that you were not equipped with or didn't feel ready to deal with previously the time, so it got locked into your body, into your memory, imprinted into your physical body, into your energy field. Will you destroy and uncreate all of that now, please? Pock and pot it all. Release, dissolve, recalibrate. Even if it makes no sense at all, you're giving your body permission and instruction to run the clearing process, to release the outdated programs. It's like sending an upgrade through your actual laptop, computer, your phone. You've received the operating system upgrade. In order to install that, it's going to be uninstalling the old operating system, which on this planet has been running on no pain, no gain, having to suffer, struggle, sacrifice. Instead, we're choosing, if you choose so, to install the operating system to thrive in this new world, in this new reality that is available for us to choose and to create, where thriving is the baseline, and where you can play with how much more ease, how much more joy, how much more light, how much more freedom, how much more space can I be, and what else can I create in that world? Creating space for that. So allowing all of the loss and the grieving that may have been held in your body for anything you've ever lost, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a loved one, whether it be a job, career transition, unexpected, whatever it is, allowing that to just be cleared, released from your body, giving yourself permission to let the feelings come up, and to let them be released from your body, dissolved. And if there is anything in those experiences that requires completion, acknowledgement, maybe sometimes there are situations, maybe in relationships especially, where there is some unfinished business, unspoken things, then a very powerful way to process this out of your body and to set yourself free. And especially here we are in new moon time, it's a time for planting new seeds. When you've planted a new seeds, you want to pour some fertilizer onto them to start growing, right? And in order to plant those seeds first, you want to make space. And so writing a letter to whoever it is you've got unfinished business with, what is it that is unexpressed that you really need to get off your chest? And literally get it out of you. And when you have written that letter and really uncensored, given them a piece of your mind as to what you wanted to say, and it may also be expressing the grief or the loss of what you had, what was beautiful, what you really valued and treasured. It may be in a business that has suddenly stopped, and so a job that has suddenly come to an end, a living arrangement that has suddenly come to an end, whatever it is. It may even be with experiences in your body, where things may not be functioning the way they used to, that you write a letter to your body. Whatever it is, you write this letter, you get these emotions off your chest onto the paper, really giving yourself permission to say what you've wanted to say, wished you could have said, wished you should have said, wished you had not said, all of that. Get it onto paper, and when you're done, uncensored, you rip this paper up and you have a little burning ritual somewhere today, or you flush it down the toilet, or you bury it in the garden, literally allowing that to be fertilizer for your dreams to become reality in the new space that you're creating. So this is a very important aspect, and one that oftentimes we can want to get away from. So let me know if any of that resonates with you, if you can relate to any of that. Is there anything anywhere that you've been feeling that sense of loss and wanting to hold on to the past? So I want to just offer up, and everything that you're bringing into this Faith Lift Challenge to be transformed, whether you have shared it already or you would like to share, go ahead and place it in the comments what you are willing to let go of, what you're willing to release. We're placing that in a collective cauldron, if you like, and allowing the energy here to support us with releasing all attachments to the past, knowing that if there's something that needs to be revealed to you, to be acknowledged, so that you can let this be fully released once and for all, that come to light. You may find that there's a message that pops up for you. You see, sometimes you'll get a sign as in seeing a song, a message come up, and all of a sudden, like, oh, that's exactly what I was asking for, and it helps you to get insight into what needed to be acknowledged as for this to be released. And the other thing too is that oftentimes we can hold on to wanting to know what it is that we need to let go of before we let go of it. So would you be willing to release and to destroy and uncreate the need to know, and trusting that if it is important for you to know, that it will come into your awareness? And otherwise, are you willing, this is where that leap of faith comes in, are you willing to just offer the whole enchilada up, all attachments to the past, knowing that everything that you truly love, the love that is there, will continue. It will stay with you in one way, shape, or form. It may take on a different form, but love never dies. So that what is near and dear to your heart, that your deepest heart's desires, will come with you. You're not letting that go, but you're letting go of the attachments to how you thought things should show up, all the ways that you had wished they showed up, all the enslavement programming. This is all the ways that you have bought into the limitations and the rules and the ways of conforming to how things are done on this planet. Well, that may be the case for a lot of people. If you're choosing something different to break free, you're breaking free from being enslaved to suffering, being enslaved to being less than you are, pretending that you're less than you are. And that calls for a leap of faith. And Lena, beautiful, is saying, I've written many letters before and it really works. Yes. Lisa, I'd like to release control. Yeah, and the releasing control, so you'd like to release it. Are you ready to release it? Are you ready to release all attachment to wanting to control? Will you release all attachment to wanting control? And when? And if not now, when? This journey of going from trust, this journey is really about choosing to trust. When you're choosing to trust, it literally is a choice. Then you will start cultivating faith. And as you cultivate faith, you get to that space where you know. And the journey there is surrendering into the light that you are and committing to letting the light that you are take over. And everything that stirs up in you, are you willing to destroy and uncreate all of that? Yes. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine, boy, shots, and beyonds. Release, dissolve, recalibrate. The attachment to wanting control is the ego's way of attempting to stay in charge and a very, very limited perspective of the options available for you. When you even suggest surrendering into the light that you are, it will bring up all the distortions and the misperceptions of what surrender is, as in giving up, giving in, and letting others walk all over you. All of that is BS. Belief system bullshit. So letting all of that be offered up for clearing and release, and realizing that when you release the need to know how and where and when things show up, and you let the attachments to the past be cleared, released, and that those attachments to the enslavement programming, which were the main thing there was that you have to do, and then you can be and have, it keeps you in a hamster wheel and prevents you from letting the infinite being you are show the way, and also to illuminate the path with the greatest ease and joy and freedom available for you, which goes completely in contradiction to the main operating rules on this planet for so long, where you had to struggle and suffer and sacrifice. Can't have ease now, can we? Too much fun? Oh my God, what are you on? That's not being serious or responsible, as if suffering your way and doing more of what doesn't work is responsible, right? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it? Oh, yes. I can put all that. Release, dissolve, recalibrate. So as we're allowing all this energy to shift and knowing that, yay, Lisa, yes, yes, and now, beautiful. Asking yourself these questions anytime that you feel out of control, which, by the way, stepping into the unknown, the uncertainty that is being experienced by so many on the planet right now, this uncertainty of not knowing how long is all of this going to continue, how long before things go back to normal, how long before these lockdown restrictions are lifted. Not knowing how, not knowing when, will stir up the ego's personality's desire for having guarantees. Yeah, and all of that keeps you locked in the box of the limited perspective of what your ego, your personality can see and perceive. And by allowing yourself to say, when you find yourself feeling out of control, which sudden disruption will do, because things are showing up in the unknown, the void, that uncertainty is only uncertain to the personality, to the smaller self, if you like. And smaller, not in a way of making that less than, it's just the smaller awareness, smaller perspective than the infinite being's perspective. And when you allow yourself to say anytime that you're feeling out of control, and therefore you're wanting control, you recognize it by wanting to know how, where, when, why. You want to have all the guarantees, all the, oh, okay, I can ride this out if I know it's going to last X amount of days, X amount of months. I can do that. Well, what if this goes on for unlimited time, infinite time, and you don't know how? What then? When you find yourself having that wanting control being stirred up, then just go, okay, can I allow myself to release, to let go of wanting to control? And truth is, of course you can allow that. The question is, will you? So then you ask, will I let go of wanting to control? And that will bring up, oh, well, maybe not. That's why we ask when. And if not now, when? And sometimes part of you may want to hold on to that, so acknowledge that, and then keep asking those questions. Can I allow myself to let go of wanting control? Will I let go of wanting control? When? If not now, when? And everything that stirs up, destroy and uncreate it all, pot and pocket all, that is really allowing the space to be created for the infinite being you are to emerge, and to clear and release all the ways that these limitations were set into motion, and all the ways that you dimmed down and dumbed down your light and your brilliance and the amazingness that you are capable of being in this world, so as to fit in with everyone else in the box. Right? So and let's see, Monica, hi. Yes. So good to know that we not always have to know what we are releasing. Yeah, because that's exhausting. And that's part of the things that, well, once I understand, then I can let it go. You can let everything go right now. And if you are willing to just trust, choose to trust, be willing to trust that if something is important for you to know, you will have access to. And it's kind of like having all these files and all these programs on your computer. Is it important for you to understand exactly how each of the programs operates and functions in order for it to work? Is it important for you to know all the files that are on your computer so that you can make sense of what's there before you move forward? No, right? And oftentimes, if you can run a clearing program through your computer to clear the duplicate files, are you going to double check to make sure that everything is in fact a duplicate, or are you going to just allow that to be released, and knowing that if it's important for you to have access to something, it's going to be there for you. You can search through the contents on your computer. If there's something you need to know, you can Google it. Oh my goodness me. So it's like that in your internal database. The infinite being you are knows what the next optimal step for you is, knows the resources available for you, and it knows how to line you up with the resources you require, whether that be money, whether that be people, whether that be opportunities, whether that be situations, locations. It knows how to get you there with the most ease and the most grace when you get out of your own way, right? So all the ways that you've ever gotten into your own way because you wanted to control the show, because you didn't trust the infinite being you are, or you didn't trust source, or you didn't trust your intuition, you didn't trust your inner guidance, you didn't trust others. All the ways that you have found it difficult to trust because you've experienced a betrayal, abandonment, and all of that. We're going to go deeper into that in one of the other days. But could you allow yourself to just destroy and uncreate all of that now, please? Pot and pocket all, release, dissolve, recalibrate. Stepping into this unknown, a glorious playing field of infinite possibilities, requires a willingness to trust that Source has your back, that you, the infinite being, has your back. So one of the ways that you can play with that is to actually put a hand on your lower back, on your sacrum, and the other hand on your heart, or maybe you feel like you need it in your solar plexus, or your heart, but to really just have your hands there for a moment and to just Breathe into that and feel how you have got your back. And that when you relax into this moment, right here, right now, all is well. You are here, so all is well. No matter what is going on in the world around you, right here, right now, all is well. Breathing into your heart, breathing into your lower back, feeling your hand on your back, and bringing that love from your heart to every cell in your body. Even if you don't know how, you just intend it. This is one of the things we're going to be playing with, recognizing the power of your words. You're literally casting a spell with the words you use. Spelling. Casting a spell with your words. It's all the ways that you have bought into the lies that you are less than powerful, less than divine, less than infinite, less than resourceful, less than amazing, less than beautiful. All the ways that you've bought into any of the lies that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not bright enough, not whatever enough, not ready enough, not capable enough. We destroy and uncreate all of that, please. Release, dissolve, recalibrate. And so to support us for today, as we're wrapping up our day one of Faith Lift Challenge, I invite you to feel into for a moment anywhere you may be holding on to the past. That may be past relationships, past dreams that didn't work out, dreams that you may have taken on that weren't even yours. So of course they couldn't come true because they're not yours to come true. Any attachments to the past, any unresolved energy anywhere, any people that come to mind, any entanglements to the past, anywhere that you have ever agreed to limit yourself in any way, shape, or form. And anyone who's connected with them, you may or may not consciously know who they are. So I invite you to, if you can close your eyes, you may want to close your eyes. If you can't or choose to keep your eyes open, all good. Imagine yourself standing in a circle of golden light. And as you stand in this circle of golden light, or you're sitting and you're in the circle of golden light, this golden light is just flowing up from your feet into your body, moving through your entire body, out through your crown, flowing over you like a fountain, filling your energy field, back into the earth, coming up through your feet, into your body, filling your entire body with this beautiful golden light, out through your crown, like a fountain cascading around you, till you feel your entire body is filled with this beautiful golden light. In the space you are currently occupying, completely filled with this beautiful golden light. As this golden light is alchemizing any of the fears, any of the ways that you have decided, come to conclusion or judged that it is not safe to be powerful, allowing all of that to be alchemized by this golden light. All the ways that you have shoved the gold that is you, the gold of your wisdom, the gold of the brilliance that you are, that you've shoved that away and decided that it wasn't safe to let yourself shine as the light that you are. allowing this golden light to just move through all those ways, all those vows, all those oaths, promises, pledges, commitments ever made, to keep a lid on your brilliance and thereby locking yourself into a box of limitation, not allowing yourself to explore what else is possible and available for you. Allowing that golden light to just alchemize all of that, to release, dissolve, recalibrate. And as the space you are in is filled with this beautiful golden light, calling into the circle of golden light or in the outer edges, whatever feels comfortable for you, everyone and everything that you have connection cords with that are keeping you attached to the past. And all those cords between you and all these people and things, they can be institutions, organizations, it can be attachment to money, it can be attachment to physical material things, objects, it can be organizations, it can be people. All the connection cords between you and anything and everything that are keeping attachments to the past in place, thereby holding you back from being free to be the infinite being you are, to create a life that is worth waking up for every day. Calling on Archangel Michael to cut these cords if you are willing. If you're willing for all these cords that are keeping you attached to the past to be cut, to be released, setting you and everybody and everything connected with this free. If you're willing, then say yes and allow Archangel Michael to just support you with cutting all these cords, letting everything move out of your golden circle of light, knowing again that the love that is there remains. The blessings that you received from the experiences in the past remain. The wisdom from these experiences and interactions remain. But setting yourself free from having to repeat the same patterns of limitation over and over again. If you're willing to let all these cords be released, say yes. If you're ready for all these cords to be released, say yes. You are definitely able, as the infinite being you are. So allow Archangel Michael to cut these cords, if you like, as assistance. And then as all of these cords are released, allowing all the ways that you have any agreements, vows, oaths, promises, pledges, anything else in place that would keep replicating these cords, bringing them back so that they will just grow back. You clear, release, boom, they come back. Allowing all the ways that that has been in your system, in your body, any agreements to that, to be cleared. And to revoke, renounce, recant, rescind all the vows, those promises, pledges made, reclaim, and to destroy and uncreate everything that's locked all of that in place, everything that's not allowing the liberation of you. Hot and pock all of that. Release, dissolve, recalibrate. Allowing this golden light to fill all the places within you where any of these cords were hooked in, or any of the imprints, letting that golden light alchemize, transmute any openings in your body, in your energy field, where any of these cords had access, letting that be transformed, alchemized, patched up, so that your body is filled with this golden light, your emotional body, mental body, your spiritual body, your entire energy field, and the entire energetic boundaries of your field filled with golden light, instructing your energy field to only allow in those energies and frequencies that appreciate, acknowledge, cherish, nurture, nourish, and support the light that you are, and everything else is denied access, hereby prioritizing you as the light you are, allowing yourself to take this leap of faith into the knowing of the infinite being that you are. And if you're currently finding yourself challenged with trusting, that's where you are. That's where you start. You say, I choose to trust, even if there seems no logical reason to do so. If you choose to upgrade to, instead of having faith, to be faith, you being here, you have declared your commitment to allow that to occur at the pace that is optimal for you, so that you may start glimpsing and experiencing more and more the expanded awareness of your infinite self to guide you to what is the next optimal action step for you to take today. And sometimes that action step may be resting, and sometimes that action step is a nudge to take an inspired action, maybe to reach out to someone, maybe to ponder what is something that you've been longing to do that you've held back on, which now, if you allowed yourself to do that, what would be the one thing that you could do today? What is one small action step that you can take today that you are being nudged to take? Will you take that step? Whatever it is. When? And if not now, when? So allowing this clearing to continue for as long as is required for you, knowing that you can call on Archangel Michael, who is one of the amazing allies to support us with cord cutting, and that if you sometimes you can have an attachment to someone that is more like a big fat chain and requires a few more cuts because there's all these other attachments, unconscious agreements not holding it in place, you may find that if somebody keeps popping up in your awareness or in your life that you thought you'd let go of, then allowing yourself to just be in that circle of golden light, filled with the golden light, call those into your sphere that you have any connections or attachments to the past with that are keeping you locked in the past and preventing you from moving forward into the uncertainty. Only to the ego mind, by the way. Your infinite self knows the possibilities there. So anything that is preventing you from moving forward into the expanded space, that you allow those cords to be cut. Call on Archangel Michael and go, okay, I'm willing to release these cords. I'm ready to release all the cords that are attaching me to the past, that are attaching me to enslavement programming, that are holding me back from creating what I know deep within the center of my being is possible and available for me. Allowing those cords to be cut, and then letting yourself be filled up with that golden light and going about your day, surrounded in this bubble of golden light, in this circle of golden light, however that shows up for you, and noticing how you feel. And if you'd like to bring one more practical action step into your day, this is a very powerful way to bring the energetic clearing into practical, everyday material, what's in matter, material in our world, into action, is to have a look, where is some decluttering required? Is there maybe a decluttering required on your computer? Is there a decluttering required in your physical living space? Is there a decluttering required of maybe clearing in your messages, making space on your phone? Whatever it is, it may be a room in your house that could do with some decluttering. Maybe your car could do with some decluttering. Anywhere that you know that you could be creating some space, but you've been holding back from making that space, bringing that decluttering commitment into the area of your life that will support you with creating space. Because when you create space on the outside, bringing space into the inside. And when you create space on the inside, that will start showing up in the outside. So it all interacts with each other, right? And Monica, you said, thank you. What about family members who will always be in our lives? Yeah, so the invitation is that when you allow those cords to be cut and you release the attachments to the past. You are releasing the attachments to the agreements that you have with these family members. When there is an agreement, for example, with family members, there are roles that you have. So whether it be your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, your brother, your sister, whoever else in the family, people that they're part of your family. Those roles come with rules, many of them unspoken. By you clearing these attachments and these cords, you are clearing the agreements to show up in those roles with those rules. And so you will start finding that if many of those, we'll go into that more in one of the other days, but when a lot of these rules are in place that keep you showing up out of obligation, we'll be diving into that tomorrow, by the way. Yeah, any of the agreements or any of the family members where there's obligation or fear or guilt that has you keep showing up in the old way, then that you may want to just keep doing this meditation, clearing the cords, clearing the agreements, the attachments, and just keep saying release, dissolve, recalibrate. As you show up as you, as the light that you are, it will inspire others to show up differently or not. You may find that some get really resistant to seeing the changes and shifts in you, and that's where the question comes in: are you willing to make you the light that you are priority number one, even if that means receiving judgment from those that you care about, that may want to control you, that may want to guilt trip you into showing up in the way that's comfortable for them. I'll share the crab story again tomorrow. For those of you who know it already, it's always fun to hear this again and to see how that plays out. So I hope that helps. And so, yeah, let yourself be with that. You will find, I'm going to be posting the Faith Lift meditation that I recorded for you. If you would like to listen to that, it's a meditation I use every day. Very empowering, very easy to do, and great support for during these times. What you may find is to bring some sort of ritual into your life every day, whether that be one of these meditations or the clearings, to support you with making the space for you and to commit to that. So my invitation for you is, one, are you willing to commit fully to you being the light that you are, for you to be the faith, the light, the love, the ease, the joy, the freedom that you are? Are you willing to show up for yourself for these 5 days? You've said yes to being here. Are you willing to commit to show up every day and to give yourself that me time to receive what is optimal for you? If yes, go ahead and type a big fat yes in the comments below. Yes, I'm committed to me, the light I am. And the more that you show up fully as you, and whatever all of that stirs up within you is cleared, you release, dissolve, recalibrate, you are going to be amazed at the shifts that you will see in the world around you. They may not look like what you had in mind. That's where that being willing to let go of wanting to control how, when, where things are going to show up will shift. Beautiful. So tomorrow, day 2, we are going to be clearing the fog and start tapping into the cherished dreams that you have come here to bring to life on the planet. You were born for these times, and you have cherished dreams inside of you that may have been waiting for this time to come to life. The day 3, we're going to be diving into that deeper. This is the overview I've received so far, so that may have changed, but it's connecting in with your soul's plan and how to bring that to life, into reality. Day 4, we're going to be diving into butt busters and how to change the channel, which will inevitably come up when you are ready to start something new, something bigger. And on day number 5, I'm going to have you experience the miracle matrix and how to bring that into your everyday life. So Lisa saying, the struggle I have is a fear of my husband's lower vibration levels will bring me down. I've been trying to control him to force him to raise his vibration. Can I cut cords for this? Oh, yeah, juicy. Okay. The question to play with this, and it's so tempting when you, let me know, by the way, anyone watching live or catching the replay, when you have awareness of how to experience more ease in your life, how tempting is it to want to share this with everybody, especially those near and dear to you, and especially those when they are, as you would label, being in lower vibration and may drag you down? Isn't it so tempting to go in there and say, look, if you just did this, then you'd feel a whole lot better. And by the way, so would I, and so would we. We've all been there. We all do it, right? So the questions to play with to shift this are twofold. One is when you find yourself doing that, you go, okay, whose business am I in? Whose business is it for, in this case, they said for your husband, to raise his vibration? Whose business is that? Is it your business? Is it his business? Is it Source's, divine, God's business, whatever you want to call it? These are questions from Byron Katie. I love asking myself these. Right? So if you find yourself being in anyone's business other than your own, then you go, uh-oh, interesting, I'm trying to control. So am I willing to release wanting to control? And in this case, how you would play with that, Lisa, would be to say, okay, am I willing to release wanting to control my husband? Will I let go of wanting to control my husband? When? And if not now, when? And everything that stirs up, release, dissolve, recalibrate. This is such a fantastic question to bring to light. So I'm really thankful you bring this up, Lisa, because this plays out with anything, whether it is your husband you're trying to control, your wife you're trying to control, your partner you're trying to control, your outer circumstances that you're trying to control, the economy, the money flow, the business, whatever. Any of the ways that you may be doing that, this is where you ask these questions. Whose business am I in? If it's not yours, get back to your business. Your business is choosing to, well, whatever it is you're choosing, right? So you go, okay, and it's causing disharmony partially because when you are wanting to control someone, if someone is trying to control you and make you do something they want you to do, even if you at some point really would like to do it, when anyone has the energy of wanting to make you do something, don't you get this response? You go, F you, buddy. I'll do it in my own time. You're not going to make me, even if I want to. So by you clearing, releasing everything that stirs up, can you be with the disharmony? And can you choose to let everything that is stirring up in you to be released, dissolved, recalibrate it with the light that you are? And that if he is choosing to be in lower vibration and it's bringing your energy down, then you have a choice. You can say, okay, you know what? I am choosing to go outside for a moment. I'm choosing to go into the bathroom for a moment if that's the only place where you have some quiet time. I'm choosing to change the channel. We're going to get into that on day number 4 when we go into butt busters and change the channel. And I'll give you plenty more tips as to how you play with this. But realizing that nobody else out there has the power to control how you respond. And I know we get that up here. It's about bringing that into your body. Cut the cords. Do the you may want to do that part again, where you be in that golden circle of light. And as you go about your day, that you go, okay, noticing whose business am I in? Back to mine. Okay, everything that is pock and pod it all. Pock and pod comes from access consciousness. It's one of the tools I love playing with. So you can say right, wrong, good, bad, pod, pockle, nine boys, shorts and beyond. Pock and pod for short. Or you say release, dissolve, recalibrate. Those words came to me recently, and I realized that captures the whole essence as well. So you allow whatever it is stirring up to be released, to be dissolved, and to recalibrate with the light that you are. So anytime that somebody is, anytime that anyone is bringing your energy down or vibration down, you realize, whoa, they're not that freaking powerful to bring you down. You're allowing them. So you bring yourself back into your center, hand on your heart, hand on the base of your spine. I've got my back. I'm choosing to prioritize me, the light I am. And anyone or anything that is attempting to yank me out of my alignment, I cut all the cords. I'm willing to cut the cords. Archangel Michael, help me here. Infinite being, light I am, I'm willing for all the cords that are attaching me to any of these past agreements to let my life force be siphoned off by others, or to be dimmed down or dumbed down, or to be diluted, or to be disempowered, or whatever the agreements are there. I'm willing to let all of that be cleared, released, dissolved, and all that energy to be recalibrated with the light that I am. I am choosing to let the light I am take over in every single way, every day. And everything that is will destroy and uncreate it all. Right, run, good, bad, pod, all 9 boy shorts and beyonds. Pock and pod. Release, dissolve, recalibrate. I choose harmony. And Lisa, you may find that the meditation, the faith lift meditation, play with that and notice how that starts and training your body, your energy field to be peace, to be harmony. When you are centered within you in your light, then the ways that others would be able to provoke you or poke you out of that alignment becomes less and less and less, and it's like there's nothing to stick anymore. And you show up as that peace, then it may create aggravation in others initially. Eventually you'll find that their energy starts being entrained to be lifted up. And whatever that stirs up, you go, interesting, interesting what it's stirring up. Choosing you. Hope that helps. And Monica saying, thank you. Can you post in the group the 3 words again? Absolutely. Release, release, dissolve, and recalibrate. So there you go. Day 1 of our Faith Lift Challenge. I'd love for you to share in the comments what's been most valuable for you about today. And if you are loving this experience and would love your friends to experience this, then go ahead and invite them to come and join us. We are just at day 1. There's a whole lot more of amazingness to be shared. And I like to thank you from the depth of my being for you choosing to be here. Honestly, having the courage to show up, to create these shifts in your own life, to then ripple out into the world takes courage. And I salute you and I honor you for having the courage to show up to be here. And I love you and I adore you and I celebrate the light that you are. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for day 2 of our Faith Lift Challenge, as we're going to be lifting the fog. This is going to be awesome. If you have been feeling a bit overwhelmed, if you've been feeling worried or feeling anxiety creeping in, or just lacking clarity and would like some more focus, you're going to love this one. And we're going to be prepping you for really bringing to light, bringing to life those deeply cherished dreams of yours. This is the time. And let's do this. We've got this. And Lena, you're welcome. Great session. Takeaway. No one out there has the power to control how I respond. Yes. Yeah. And you may wish to listen to this again. And by the way, I will post that too. If you would like to have the audio versions that you can download from the 5-day Faith Lift Challenge, which will include all the audios from these Facebook Lives, as well as all the meditations and who knows what other goodies I'll be adding in there, then I have created the Faith Lift bundle, so I'll put a link in that for you if you're interested in that. That's available for you to purchase. And then you can have access forever, because our Facebook group is going to be open until May 3rd. So you have all of the next 5 days to attend these live sessions, and then the rest of the week to re-listen or catch up or whatever. Let yourself receive what is optimal for you. Have an amazing day or evening. And hi, Sandy, and hi, Alta. Yay! I adore you all so much. And from my heart to yours, infinite abundance of joyful blessings. May you know how loved and appreciated you are, and may you experience the joy of knowing that you have the power to command your energy field, your life force field, and by being in this circle of golden light is one way of doing that, bringing that intention of being light love in your life and having that be reflected in your outer reality. It's going to feel as if it's a miracle, as if it's magic. Yeah, really, it's you allowing yourself to show up as the infinite being you are, that you've always been, and we're letting you out of the box. Ooh, what else is possible? Have an amazing day, and I'll see you again soon.